This is EBC Sports International, this week's stories. Henry Cejudo, Donald Cerrone headline UFC Fight Night. Manny Pacquiao defends welterweight title against Adrian Broner. NBA stars Paul George, Russell Westbrook commemorate the legacy of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Toronto Raptors end 2018 with a victory over Chicago Bulls. Plus, defending National Lacrosse League champion Saskatchewan Rush nail-biting win over the Vancouver Warriors. Hello everyone, I am Lynn Pence bringing you sports news from around the globe. The bout between two UFC champions Henry Cejudo and TJ Dillashaw, plus Donald Cerrone's TKO knockout over Alexander Hernandez made headline during UFC Fight Night. Norman Castro highlights some of the action from the Barclays Center. Take a look.
We are here at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York for UFC Fight Night featuring a champion versus champion main event. TJ Dillashaw, the current bantamweight champion, faces Henry Cejudo for his flyweight belt. Dropping down in weight for the first time, Dillashaw looks to define himself as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. There are plenty of other great matchups tonight, so let's see whose hand will be raised.
On the main fight leading up to the ESPN Plus main card, we saw Donald Cerrone take on number 10 lightweight fighter in Alexander Hernandez. After having fought at welterweight, Cerrone has seen as the underdog going into this fight. The youth of Hernandez and his explosiveness shown in his previous two fights gave fight pundits the edge. After early flurries from Hernandez in the round, landing a few rights, the poise and experience of Cerrone shone through. He was able to keep his range with jabs, and when he closed the distance in the clinch, he was able to land elbows. All of this led to a head kick in the second round, which dropped Hernandez, and a few seconds later had the referee stop the fight. With this win, Cerrone became the winningest fighter under the Zuffa banner. He looks to climb the ranks and hopefully grant himself a title shot. His team informed him that Conor McGregor tweeted that he was willing to take on Donald Cerrone.
And he also in the clinch, it was one of the rare times that I saw somebody actually answer back with knees.
Right.
Can you talk about, his Muay Thai
Yeah, I
compared
knew.
to how you
I
approach
wanted
that
to
situation?
elbow him, so I wasn't really concerned about his knees. When he was kneeing me,
It wasn't that bad.
no, it wasn't
Yeah.
not powerful at all. I was allowing him to try to create the space so I could throw an elbow.
Yeah.
He'd say, yeah, don't fight. Well, I can't say I'll fight anybody anymore because now I told my team that I'm going to take it easy. So I want a top 5 guy. Connor's 2, right? So people top 5 to me.
The main event of the evening saw Cejudo stun Dillashaw in under a minute. Starting with a head kick that grazed Dillashaw on the chin, Cejudo pounced on the downed opponent until the referee thought he wasn't intelligently protecting himself and stopped the fight. Later on in the presser, Dillashaw was not happy with the results and felt he could have kept going. With this win, Cejudo had defended his belt against a very dangerous opponent. What's next for both fighters will be left up to Dana White.
I thought it was an early stoppage too. So listen, you got 2 of the best guys in the world, 2 world champions in a super fight. Let them fight. Let them fight, let them finish. And I'm not taking anything away from Cejudo because the fight went 20 seconds and Cejudo busted him up. I'm sure when you saw him sitting here, it looks like he was in a 3-round fight.
Put in a lot of work. And this is my livelihood, man. This is how I feed my family. This is what I do for the future. This is my legacy. This is my name. I've said legacy 1,000 million times now this fight camp, and it just ripped out of my hands. Like instantly standing up and asking the ref, like, what the hell?
With explosive finishes and mental chess matches inside the octagon, UFC Fight Night in Brooklyn led to entertaining bouts. Stay tuned for more coverage on the UFC by following us at EBC Sports. I am Norman Castro reporting from Brooklyn, New York, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Norman. Manny Pacquiao returned to the ring defending his welterweight title against Adrian Broner last Saturday in Las Vegas. The faster, stronger, and more experienced Pacquiao overwhelmed Broner, who unanimously won in 12 rounds, proving that at 40 years of age, the Pac-Man still shows signs of dominance in the world of competitive boxing.
I can still fight. You see my performance. I can be still aggressive fighter, and I can give my best at the age of 40. I want to push more, but Buboy told me we're ahead of point, so relax, don't be rushed, don't be careless. He's waiting for you for a counter punch and a counter punch. So we're ahead of point, so be aggressive, but don't be careless. So that's what we did for this fight.
If you ask me, I feel like I won the fight. I'm not about to sit here. I'm not about to sit here and with a sad face, you know. I'm all right. I'm all right, and I will be back, and I will be champion again.
Fans in Manila are proud of their boxing hero.
Idolo namin talaga si Manny Pacquiao. Parehas kami Bisaya niyan. Ang ano lang namin sa kalaban niya, para sa pusa. Pag hindi sa kinakalabit ni Manny Pacquiao, hindi sa sumusuntok. Diba? Kaya sa 2022, Manny Pacquiao for president.
Eh siyempre, nagkakaisa ang Pilipino para sa laban ni Manny Pacquiao, para lang mapanood ang laban niya at talaga namang nasisiyahan ng mga tao dahil kahit nga yung mga driver o yung mga nagtatrabaho talagang umaano para lang mapanood si Manny Pacquiao.
Yung edad lang niya ang nadagdagan, pero yung strength niya, yung style niya, yung pakikipag-exchange ng blow, andun pa rin yung bilis niya at saka yung lakas niya. Hindi nagbabago.
Up next, EBC correspondents Carlo Valdez and Jason Manoy brings us NBA action from New York and Toronto. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is EBC Sports International. Each year, the NBA honors the legacy of the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Carlo Valdez reveals on what Dr. King's legacy means to All-Stars Paul George and Russell Westbrook from the Oklahoma City Thunder breezed past the New York Knicks during last Monday's holiday matinee. Take a look.
Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and the Oklahoma City Thunder blow out the Knicks on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, 127-109, here at Madison Square Garden.
11 games were played in the NBA, commemorating the late American civil rights activist, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. One of the games held included the Oklahoma City Thunder visiting the New York Knicks in a matinee matchup. The Thunder, led by Paul George's 31 points and Russell Westbrook in a triple-double performance, handed the Knicks their 6th straight loss. George and Westbrook spoke about the inspiration of Dr. King's legacy and their careers.
I was aware of how honored and how great, given our platform, especially in the world today and what's going on around the world today with our culture, our color. It brought a little bit more. It's a little bit more special, obviously, and it's just great that we can represent the game in really a beautiful way.
Yep. Your teammates. Always, man. I think honestly, it's an absolute blessing to be a player of Martin Luther King Day. Things he's done for guys like myself and guys like Dr. to be able to go out and play, to walk around freely, to do different things in the world is exceptional. So.
Reporting for EBC Sports International here at Madison Square Garden, I am Carlo Valdez, 1 with 25.
Thanks, Carlo. We travel north of the border to Canada as the Toronto Raptors ended 2018 with a victory over the Chicago Bulls. Here is Jason Manoy with the report. Take a look.
The Toronto Raptors defeated the Chicago Bulls 95-89 to go into the new year. Raptors forward and former Defensive Player of the Year Kawhi Leonard finished the game with 27 points, while other forward Pascal Siakam added a double-double with 20 points and 12 rebounds. It wasn't a cruise for Canada's lone basketball team, as they still struggled offensively against a team in the bottom of the standings. It took great bench play from Chris Boucher and another great defensive effort from the Raptors to pull out the close win. Bulls sophomore forward Lauri Markkanen led the way for the Bulls with 18 points and 10 rebounds. I'm Jason Manawis, and I am 1 with 25.
Thanks, Jason. Coming up, National Lacrosse League Week 5 action between the Saskatchewan Rush and Vancouver. EBC Sports International will return in just a moment. And we're back. This is EBC Sports International. I am Lynn Pence. The defending National Lacrosse League champions, the Saskatchewan Rush, took the field against the Vancouver Warriors in Week 5 action at Rogers Arena. Anthony Sevilla brings us the action. Take a look.
It's Week 5 in the National Lacrosse League, where the Vancouver Warriors took on the visiting Saskatchewan Rush. The visiting team, Rush, defeated the home Warriors 14-10 in a nail-biter that went down to the deciding minutes of the game.
The reigning INT'L champion Saskatchewan Rush took control for most of the game, who were off to a hot start against the Vancouver Warriors, leading 5-0 early on. The Rush slowly took their foot off the gas, and Vancouver was able to battle back and put themselves back in it. Saskatchewan would eventually pull ahead in the final period, having a 4-goal cushion to secure the victory. Ben McIntosh had a stellar performance for the Rush, who won Player of the Game honors, leading his team with a game-high 5 goals and 3 assists. McIntosh continued to prove that he's one of the best finishers in the National Lacrosse League, showing his ability to shoot through screens and his ability to play off the ball.
Such an unselfish player with every ball and works hard. And other nights he's going to get other guys open for 5. So he is a complete player. And like the thing about the empty net goal he got, it's an empty net goal, but he ran back and played defense on that. And that's commitment to the system and to paying the price to win.
It's always nice to score some goals, but I mean it's that's the thing with our team is you kind of pick your poison, right? It can be tonight it was myself, and next game it's going to be Ryan or Shatler or Mark or Church, Niter. It's pick your poison with our team. It's not one guy. We're a unit out there, and that's what's so hard to stop about our offense.
Warriors head coach Chris Gill gave his thoughts on what the final results had it gone their way, and also mentioned his backup goaltender's efforts to the team's early turnaround.
Yeah, we were able to kind of settle in and clean up some of our mistakes. Obviously, goaltending change was big. Penny came in there and he's playing really, really well. Our defense stepped up and played our system. The first 4 or 5 minutes wasn't our game plan, so clean that up. No, I wasn't surprised. He's a good goalie. I like the way he challenged the ball. He wasn't dropping. He was covering the net well and protecting the rebound. So yeah, he played real well. They're a good team. They swung the ball well and they got good movement. Honestly, I thought our D was lights out. I think we counted 8, maybe 9 of their goals directly from us making a mistake, either turning the ball over or what have you. So they didn't do anything that surprised us. They're a good team, and we clean up our mistakes. I think we win that game.
Unfortunately for the Vancouver Warriors, they struggled early offensively, where only 3 of their 6 offensive players were able to find the back of the net. The Warriors were also only 1 for 4 on the power play, whereas the Rush were a perfect 3 from 3, which was the biggest factor in the game.
The Saskatchewan Rush improved to 2-1 on the season, while the Vancouver Warriors give up their 4th straight loss and will try to bounce back against the San Diego Seals. Reporting from Rogers Arena in Vancouver, Canada, I'm Anthony Sevilla, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thanks, Anthony. That's all for EBC Sports International. Tune in next time as we bring you the latest in sports from around the globe. I am Lynn Pence, and I am 1 with 25.